Stop being brainwashed. Brainwashing may be a too strong a phrase to use. Social conditioning may perhaps be a more appropriate term. From the moment we are born, we are constantly being bombarded by influences around us, influenced by our parents who themselves have been socially conditioned, and by society in general. These influences shape our character and our values, and it becomes part of our subconscious programming, to such an extent that sometimes we don't even know why we hold certain opinions. We just assume that they are right, because that is what we have been led to believe as part of our social conditioning, and it becomes normal in whichever society we are living in. We become like robots, living out the behaviours of social conditioning without ever challenging the status quo. Our lives become automated, and we end up being slaves to the social conditioning embedded deep into our subconscious minds. Most people walk around like zombies and are just as mindless as some of the movies portrayed, walking around without really realizing what they are doing or what their purpose is in life. Our behavior and thinking becomes part of the social norm so as not to cause ripples in the fabric of society. It is natural for us to initially yield to social conditioning because we have learnt this from a very young age and continue this mode of thinking until the day we die. The simple fact of the matter is, we don't know any different, so why should we change? If we don't change, then we become like sheep, following the rest of the herd, whether it's right or wrong. We become part of the mass population that is trapped by dogma of other people's thinking. Social conditioning is self-perpetuating and self-governing. If you ever try to do something out of the norm, then you'll be abruptly told by everyone that you're doing or what you're doing isn't normal and create social guilt within you, attempting you to influence you back to the parameters set out by society. They themselves are trapped in the dogma of social conditioning and are not aware of it at a conscious level. This influence is very strong because it comes from the very people that you hold close to your hearts and you value their opinions very highly. At this stage, you may be asking yourself the question, how can I break free of social conditioning? The only way to do this is to start thinking independently. This thinking process starts with questioning your opinions. Why do you believe in what you believe? Why do you hold the values that you have? What do these values mean to you? Once you start questioning these things, you will begin to start the process of slowly changing your mindset and move away from the many years of social conditioning. This is a long and difficult journey, but a path that we should all tread to ensure that we are not mindless sheep. I must emphasize that not all social conditioning is bad, and in fact some are paramount to our survival within society. The aim is not to be victims of dogma and to weed out the irrational based opinions that we hold based on conditioning and replace them with fully thought out ideals which stand their ground when questioned.